All right, we inside. You click the video, so you're here now. Welcome to Castara Retreats Wellness Studio, also the yoga studio, where we run daily classes 9 a.m. You would know that if you are on the island or you practiced with us before. But if not, now is the opportunity, right? So if you haven't been to Castara Retreats, or even the island of Trinidad and Tobago, you're here now. Yeah? That's Castara Bay behind you, Castara Village behind you. All right? So I don't want to talk too much. Let's jump into practice. Grab your mat, your bolster, your blocks, and anything else you're using in your practice, right? You might need it, you might not, but it's good to have it on deck. Yeah? So if you're ready to go, you're ready to flow, there we go. So let's jump right in. Come up to stand. I know oftentimes we start sitting or in child's pose. We're gonna start today standing. Yeah? All right, so come to a nice stance. Shake the feet out, move the head, shake the shoulders, wiggle the arms. Shake it out, right? Wake things up. And then come to a stance. We call this mountain pose. Just come into a stance where the toes forward, heels back. We relax the shoulders down, palms at your side. And actually, let's bring palms to meet. So palm meets palm, thumbs at the chest, at the heart. And make your way into your breath. And by that I mean just bring your attention onto your breath. Slowly starting to observe the inhalation, the exhalation. Allowing everything to settle as you move into your practice. Becoming fully aware of the environment outside of yourself, but also inside of yourself. How's the mind? How's the heart? How's the breath? Come to the bottom of your exhale, release all the air out your lungs. Release your hands to your sides, pause. As you inhale, reach the arms up. Maybe you look up, open the eyes, you don't have to. Allow the thumbs to come right back to the heart. Pause. Cycle in the arms, inhale, reach. Palms press. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. Nice and easy, waking things up. Cycle 3. Inhale, reach the arms. This time, let's interlock the fingers, turn the palms up, stand tall. From here, we lean to the right. So first, inhale up. Exhale, start to reach up and over to your right side. Keep pressing your feet down. Don't lose the feet. Hips lean off to the left side. Pause there. 3, 2. Inhale, bring it back up. Nice and slow, no rush, no rush. Exhale, opposite side. Reach the hips to the right and hands to the left. Up and over. Find your toes, find your heel. For 3, 2, squeeze belly to spine. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, hands come down to the sides. Awesome, let's flow. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale this time, fold forward and down. By all means, please bend your knees here. Right, we're not waking the body up. Hi, Carol. Y'all didn't tell me Carol got here. Release the head down. And just make it passive. So of course your legs activated enough not to fall over. I'll just turn to the side. But at the same time, you want your head, hands to feel heavy. Now, naturally, some movements come here. If you feel that in your body, you feel it's necessary, you resonate with it, go for it. Take a little bounce through your knees, maybe take a little swing of your hips. Even hug opposite elbows. Shake the head, yes, no. What we're trying to do here is release tension. The compression of the spine is just, that's a whole other class, guys. So we want to decompress the spine here, right? So just let yourself hang, go upside down. Yeah, shake the head, yes, no. Let it all hang out for 3 more breaths. Nice and slow, we're waking up. We're waking up for the week ahead. And even if you're practicing this in the middle of the week, right? Doesn't matter. You're trying to organize your thoughts, your body, your breath, just so you meet the world as your best version. Let's release that coming into a halfway lift. So slide your palms up your shins. Pause just under the knees. Straighten the arms. Pull the top of the head forward, shoulders back. So we come into a halfway lift, long spine. Breathe here, inhale. Exhale. Release over the legs. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. One more like that. Inhale halfway. Look out for your cat. Exhale, fold. And we're coming all the way back up. Press through your feet. Peel the chest up. Lift the arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. And we pause with the hands at the heart. This time, inhale, cycle the arms. This time, reach up, even lifting the heels off the floor. So you're on your tippy toes and your fingertips reach into the sky, opening up the feet, the toes, the ankle, the soles of the feet. Inhale, press palm to palm. Exhale, lower the heels, bring the heart down, the hands down to the heart, sorry. Release the hands down to the sides, pause. Again, inhale, reach up, lift the heels off the floor. Exhale, lower the heels, lower the hands. One more like that. Inhale, reach up, lift the heels up. This time, exhale, bend your knees, sit your hips down for 3. You're on your toes for 2. 1, wherever you got to, just pause it there, inhale. Exhale, press yourself back up to stand. Take your time. It's okay if you fall out. Laugh, make sure the neighbor hear you. Release the heels down, flatten the foot, and release your hands. Now, if you feel like walking it out, shaking your body out, do what you need to do to open up your body to feel free. Freedom within your body, space within your body. Yeah? All right, let's keep on moving. Come back to your stance. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, we fold. And as you fold this time, actually inhale, halfway lift one more time. And then as you exhale, take the palms to the mat. So you're going to bend your knees, take your palms flat, step your legs back into what we call a plank or a push-up pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, take your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Heels going down, hips going high. Chest moving towards your feet. Pressing through your fingertips. Breathe. Now slowly we're going to inhale, come forward to plank again. Pause. Exhale, hips up and back. One more. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees to the floor. Take the top of the head forward. Move the shoulders over the wrist. Inhale. Exhale, lower the heart down to the mat. Release the tops of your feet. And as you inhale, lift your heart up for upward facing dog. Or baby cobra. Exhale, lower the heart. Inhale, chest rises up. Shoulders back, keep pressing down through the tops of your feet. Exhale, lower. One more like that. Inhale, heart up. Curl the toes. Exhale, push up to hands and knees. Bring the big toes together. Hips go down to the heels. Child's pose. Now in your child's pose, you want to make it as comfortable as possible, in the sense that if your knees are hurting, something to look at, right? We don't want pain in the joints. Also, the hips may not be as open yet, so your knees may not want to go as wide, right? So pay attention to all of that in your child's pose. But find the space where you're not doing anything. That makes sense? You're not doing anything, but you're also not doing too much. I'm not sure that made sense, but you get where I'm going, right? Find the sweet spot. Reach the arms forward, sit the bum back for 3, 2. Let's inhale, come up to tabletop. Exhale, we're there in tabletop. Let's move through cat-cow for the spine here. So the tops of the feet release to the mat, shoulders stacked right up on top of your wrists. You come into a nice flat back. Inhale there with your flat back in your table position. And then as you exhale, we draw the belly up, tuck the tailbone down, release the chin into the chest. As we inhale, we lower the belly, lift the heart, lift the tailbone, draw the shoulders back so your chest opens up. Exhale, release, pull the belly up, tuck the tailbone, release chin to chest. And as you inhale, open the heart, lift the tailbone, shoulders back. 2 more. Exhale, pull the belly up, release chin to chest. Tailbone tucked. Inhale, we lift the tailbone, lift the heart, lower the belly. 1 more. Exhale, pull the belly up, release chin down to chest, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, open the heart, lift the tailbone, shoulders back. Exhale, curl your toes, take the hips up and back, transition into downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk the legs out if you need to. Bending one knee at a time. Coming back to your breath. Let's breathe. In through the nose. Out through the nose. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower the knees to the floor. Take your right foot, step it to the front in the middle of your hands. Just going to grab my woogie here. So as you step your right foot to the front, you want to stack your right knee on top of your right ankle. Release the top of your left foot. And then walk your hands onto the right leg, right thigh. Lift the heart up, lift the chest up. And then sink into that left hip a little bit. Now be mindful of your knee. If you're getting some pain in your knee, just bring a blanket or a cushion or something under your knee. Yeah? Give yourself as much support as you need so that you can access these poses. And it's accessible, guys. So before we look for excuses, let's look for solutions. If you want to go a little bit deeper, and maybe this isn't deeper for you, but who knows, let's try. Take the arms all the way up. Palms separated, but fingers really intentionally reaching upwards to the skies. Peel the heart open. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Pause there. Left hand on the inside of the right foot. We're going to twist to the right. Press down through the left hand. Shoot the right arm up to the ceiling or the skies, depending on where you're practicing. If the right hand doesn't feel good up there, maybe you want to place it on your lower back, on the sacrum. But keep the twist to the right side of the room for 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, right hand down. Step that right foot back. And we're back to tabletop position. If you need a little wiggle at the hips, go for it. And let's step the left leg to the front. Stacking the left knee on top of the left ankle. Walk the hands up on top of the left leg. And rise up. Shoulders going back. Chest going up. And you can use the leverage of that left leg, pushing your hands down into the leg to peel the heart back, the chest back. If you want to go somewhere else, you lift the arms up. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can sink a little deeper in the right hip. Draw the chest back. Pull the shoulders down. Breathe here. Right? Be mindful of how you're breathing. If you start to breathe a little skippy and erratic kind of, it's a good indication that you might be going too far or you need a little rest. Right? But pay attention, guys. Pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to the practice. It's meant to help you get what you need. And for you to know what you need to keep that attention and awareness, yeah? Last bit of breath here. Inhale, reach. And then as we exhale, hands come down to the mat, but the right hand stays on the inside of the left foot. Pause there, press your right hand down, inhale. Exhale, twist to the left, take the left arm up to the skies, to the ceiling. Same options on this side. If you want to lower your left hand, you take the hand down to the back. But don't just do it, because that's what we do when we're feeling old, right? Oh, my back. Do it because your shoulder really needed that rest, or it just didn't feel right. Yeah? For 3, 2, inhale, reach your left arm. Exhale, left hand comes to the mat. We step the left leg back. And sit back onto the heels with the knees closed. Stretch the arms forward, child's pose. Two more breaths here. Let it all settle. Now reach the arms forward, preparing to move. Inhale, draw yourself back up to tabletop. Curl the toes, reach the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Stretch that out, walk that out if you need to. And go ahead and start walking your feet up, walking your hands back so you meet kind of middle of your mat. Pause there, take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's fold. Press through your feet. Inhale, reach the arms, coming all the way back up to stand. Lift the hands up. Press palm to palm, press. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. And then down to the sides, pause there. Taking one more flow. Sun salutation, A, let's go. Inhale, reach the arms up. Push the feet down. Lift tall. Exhale, let's fold. Bend your knees. Allow your hips to start rising up while the head goes to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. We slide the palms up the shin, pull the spine long. As you exhale, we want to find plank. Bend your knees, plant the hands, step the legs back, pause there and plank. Option to lower your knees. Inhale, exhale, let's get to the mat. Push the floor down, bend the elbows, lower. Release the tops of the feet. Inhale, chest rise. You can come up a little higher than you were before. Keep the pelvis sinking down, chest pulling forward and up, shoulders back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the heart up. And then turn to your right. So feel your right shoulder drop back and your right chest twist to the right a little bit. Inhale again. Exhale back to the mat. Twisting opposite side. Inhale, lift the heart. Feel the left shoulder peeling back as you twist to the left side. Take another breath, inhale. Exhale, lower that down to the floor. Inhale, come up the center. And then exhale, push back up onto hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. 3 breaths in child's pose. And then press through your hands, preparing to come back up. Inhale, come back up to hands and knees. And let's come on to the bum. So however you want to do it, come to a seated position. Don't know if you guys heard it, but that was the school bell. School's out. But that's not for us, right? We still have some time. So we're on the bum. And we're headed for a forward fold. Yeah? So if you have some extra flesh back there, just pull it back. Get your sit bones grounded into the mat. Legs straight. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then as you exhale, we want to reach forward, but hinge at your hips. If you have a bend in your knees, that's absolutely fine. Just try to maintain the length in your spine. So keep reaching forward, forward, forward with the armpits, with the fingers, with the arms. When you get to that place where the hamstring's talking, release the hands down to the floor and hold that, right? Just hold it with a long spine. Try not to round in the back. You just want to keep the spine long. So maybe you grip your toes. If you can't get to your toes, maybe you're holding your ankles or some part of the leg. If not, you have blocks. You could put your hands on blocks or you could place your hand on the floor. A lot of options, but you just want to keep a long spine. We want length on the whole, what do you call that, posterior chain of the body, right? The whole back line of your body. Getting a nice deep stretch from the heels, up the back of the legs, into your back, all the way into your head. Keep that length and just breathe. We're here for about 5 breaths if we could make it. I'm here to support you. You're here to support me. So what else do we need really? Keep reaching. You got this. Remember, you can put a mini bend or a bigger bend in your knees, right? If the hamstrings are super tight, if the hips are super tight. If the hips are so tight that you can't even get a fold forward, elevate the hips, right? So slide your blanket, your pillow, your bolster, anything under your bum and raise your seat up, right? So that brings some freedom for you to lean forward. There's always a way to access it, guys. So no excuses, only solutions. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Walk yourself back up. So press your hands into the floor, wheel yourself back up, and then take that motion all the way back down to the floor. So you're going to end up on your back body, right next to your lazy cat, Carol. All right, from here, let's get the soles of the feet flat. So bend your knees, knees now pointing up to the skies, heels coming in close to the bum. And we're just going to aim for a moving bridge. Yeah, so as you lift your hips up, you're going to lift your hands up and reach it to the back. Right? All of that would be the inhale, and then the exhale, we bring it all back down. So as you're ready, press through your feet. Inhale, lift your hips. Reach the arms all the way back. Pause. Then exhale. Bring it all back down to the mat. Pause. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale all the way back down. So because we're not holding the pose, really move towards your end range of this. Inhale, reach it as high and as far back as you could. Pause. Exhale, bring it all back down with control to the mat. Going for the last one. Inhale, reach up and back. And then exhale. All the way back down to the mat. Pause there. Let it all settle. Maybe walk the feet out wide. Allow the knees to knock in. And if you want to take a little swivel left to right, go for it. From there, let's draw both knees up into the chest. Grab a hold of your knees or your shins. Take a squeeze in. Headed for a twist. Both knees at the same time. You might, if you want to, lower your soles of your foot back to the floor and then just lift your hips a little bit and swing it to the right. Just take it over to the right just a little bit. Or as much as you need, you will know. Lift the knees back up into the chest. Take the arms out to the side. You can make a T or you can cactus the arms. And now exhale. Allow the knees to go over to the left side of the room. Keeping both shoulders down to the mat. Breathe in deep. Breathe in steady. As your body just absorbs the benefits of just you laying here in the twist. So all you need to do is breathe life into it. You don't have to make it anything more than what it already is. Two more breaths here. Preparing yourself to rise up. We want to squeeze the belly in. So you're going to pull the belly to the spine using the core. Inhale, lift your knees back up to center. Exhale the feet back to the mat. Come to center and then maybe take it over to the left a little bit now as we find the twist on the opposite side. Bump the hips to the left. Inhale, lift the knees up. Exhale, knees drop over to the right side of the room, right side of your mat. And once you've landed over to the right side, you want to ensure that the shoulders are on the mat. And then maybe support under the leg, under the knees. If your knees can't get to the other side and touch all the way down, just lift the floor up. So bring in a blanket, a bolster, anything like that. Sometimes we too want to put something between the knees as well. All right, see what works best for you. We're here for about 2 more breaths. Breathing big into the side body, into the belly. Here for 5, 4, 3, and we're going to release that by squeezing belly to spine again, engaging the core, lift the knees back to center. Exhale the feet down just so that you can walk yourself back to center of your mat. Look down, make sure you center. And then we want to drift the knees back up into the chest, but now open them wide so they go off to the side body or the armpits. And then hands come between the legs. We stretch outside to the outer part of your feet. Grab the outer blade. Let's find happy baby. Try to keep the lower back and sacrum grounded. Now, if you can't find your outer blade, you don't have that grip, you come to the toes. If you don't have the big toe, maybe you have the ankle. If you don't have the ankle, maybe you have the shin and the knees. Whatever you can hold to keep the knees dropping down to the outsides of the body. We're there, right? So it's accessible one way or the other. Just see what works for you. Boom. From here, if you want to take it a little further, or just, make it a little more active or playful, you can straddle the legs out one at a time. Just catching your last bit of movement before we find that final pose. Maybe you straddle both legs out. Maybe you take a rock left or right, whatever you need, whatever feels good. Go for it. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release that. We want to draw the knees back in. Grab a hold of your knees or your shins. Let's lift the forehead up to meet the knees, or maybe the lips meet the knees. Thank you for showing up today, right? Thank that body of yours. Love on yourself. Take one last breath. And as we exhale out the mouth, we find our final pose of Shavasana. Extend the legs out, left leg to the left, right leg to the right. Careful of your cat. And just feel everything drop down, right? This is your place of rest. So allow everything to settle down as you release all responsibility of breath, of brain, of body. Just let it all go. If you need to shake the legs or wiggle the toes and fingers, just to ensure that you're releasing the tension and softening down, go for it. Anything in the hair that you want to remove so the head could flatten, that's good too. It's always nice to slide a bolster up under your legs as well, especially if you have lower back issues. Just set up this space so that you're fully relaxed. You don't feel like you have to hold anything up or do anything at all. And of course, you're welcome to hold this space for as long as you like. But as and when you're ready to release your practice, you're going to slowly wake yourself back up. Moving into your fingers, your toes. Gently rocking to one side, fetal position, and then maybe press yourself up. Coming back up to sit. This is when you're ready. Doesn't have to be now. Absolute pleasure to guide your flow. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for clicking that video. And hopefully I'll catch you on your mat tomorrow or some other day. Yeah? Big love, one love. Namaste.